If you're ready to leave the United States and you're heading to Spain and you also have pets, I'm going to walk you through what they require. If you're bringing in dogs or cats and you're traveling from an EU country, you must have a European pet passport. Now, if you're coming from a non-EU country like the United States, pets must be accompanied by a health certificate that you need to get from a vet. And the key requirements for this is that you must have a microchip, and you get your microchip before you get the rabies vaccination. Your rabies vaccination must be administered prior to 21 days, also not expired at the time of travel. You will need an EU health certificate for your dog or cat. This has to be issued within 10 days prior to arrival in Spain. This has to be completed and signed by an accredited veterinarian, and then you also must get it endorsed by the USDA. I also added the link to the health certificate section under Spain. You're going to want to make sure that all vaccinations are up to date and the rabies and all of that is recorded within either the health certificate or the pet passport. You may also have to go through an inspection with your pets, and this is probably going to be the same thing. I couldn't find information surrounding that, but they're checking to see if there's any parasites like fleas or ticks, open wounds, if there's a wound that's healing. Overall, they just want to make sure that your pet looks healthy coming in. And always make sure that your crate has proper ventilation and that it's clean during travel. Spain doesn't impose any breed bans for dogs or cats, so as long as they're meeting all of the health and import requirements, you should be good to go. So if you have other pets like birds, reptiles, or rodents, and you're traveling from an EU country, the pets must have the veterinary certificate. You can read this information on the Google Sheet in my bio. It's just a free Google Sheet, and it has this specific information you need for these types of pets. It looks like these types of pets will also need to have a health certificate from a veterinarian. For pet allowance, it looks like you're able to bring up to 5 pets into Spain, and I'm not sure if that's per person or maybe per travel group. If it does exceed 5, then it may be considered commercial and you'll have to do additional requirements for this. If you are driving, you're going to have that border crossing inspection. If you are flying, it looks like you're supposed to arrive in a designated traveler's point of entry, and then I think they'll do that inspection there. But just double check this and make sure you're going into an area that is going to be able to process you and your pets. If you're flying in, make sure that you are checking your airline's policies when it comes to traveling with pets. Depending on the size, there may be a fee, and also they may be allowed in the cabin, and then larger dogs may have to go in cargo, so you just want to check that. Regulations may change, so make sure you are checking this before you travel. And if you have any questions about any of their requirements, it's good to check with the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Food for Spain. If you have traveled to Spain with pets, it would be great to hear about your experience in the comments.